26 minutes after the hour 5. Good Thursday morning, Chicago. I'm Sharon McGhee, and this is First Light. Today, we're taking another look at people on the down low, and this time it's not starring men. I received a fax from a gentleman who appreciates the conversation that we had yesterday, taking a closer look at some wonderful programming that BET is coming up with, and on Tuesday night, they aired a special titled The Down Low Exposed, taking us into the secret lives of men who apparently are having relationships with other men, in many cases unprotected sex with other men, and then coming back home to their wives and girlfriends, putting them at risk for HIV. This is the facts that I received, and we want you to comment on it. Dear Sharon, thank you again for staying on top of what's really happening with men that sleep with other men. But you did not talk about a situation that caused my marriage to break up. I found out 6 years ago that my wife was sleeping with her best friend. They went on vacation together, and when they came back, I noticed my wife had changed. She didn't really want to have sex with me anymore. She finally admitted that their relationship had been going on for years, since before we were married. Sharon, men and women are both doing the same thing, so why lie about it? Just be who you are and leave normal people alone to be with other normal people. Down low or low down? What's going on here? Now, of recent note, the headline that had us all talking here at WVON centered around a young lady who plays in the WNBA, Sheryl Swoopes, correct? Been married. Does she have a child? I believe she does. A little boy. And apparently she fell in love with a woman who she talked to while she was going through her divorce. I needed a shoulder to lean on. Just lay your head on my chest. It'll be all right. Ellen DeGeneres, openly lesbian, right? Rosie O'Donnell. For one point, I was only thinking that you could only get a talk show if you were gay and a white woman. That's it. But they seem to be very popular. Rosie O'Donnell stayed on the air for how long? 5 or 6 years? Now she's got gay cruises and everything. Ellen DeGeneres, remember her show when she actually came out and said she was a lesbian? African American women, though, who can we say has been openly gay? Remember Congresswoman Barbara Jordan? I think what gets most people riled up about this is the deceit. Most people say, okay, I don't care what you do, but don't involve me in it and don't lie to me. Don't put me in the middle of your mess and lie to me. It's like false advertising or something like that. Bait and switch. No pun intended, okay? Today we're asking you about what's going on sexually with men and women who are not free to be who they really are. How many of you know about this show on Showtime? It's called The L Word. I think this is the first time that they've had a show devoted to lesbians. And it stars, among others, one of the most talked about beautiful women in the 70s, Pam Grier. Although her character is not a lesbian, her best sister, who is portrayed by Jennifer Beals. Remember her from Flashdance? I'm a maniac, on the floor. Should I rip my t-shirt off and put on some leg warmers, Keisha? I can do that. Anyway, the gentleman says we have to discuss that. You can't talk about it just for the men. There are women out there too. So imagine him becoming unhinged when he finds out that his wife, his loving wife, doesn't love him. And she probably always loved this other woman who she admitted they'd been having a relationship since before they got married. To the phones we go. 591-5990 is the number. Again, the program that sparked this conversation will air again tomorrow night on BET. It's the Down Low Exposed. I think the gist of this conversation was to take us to a point where women understood that being involved in these relationships does require some scrutiny. But this man said, don't forget the women. They're doing it too. So what's up with that? To the phones we go, 591-5990. I can't wait to hear what Dr. Smith has to say about this one. But first, Reverend Daniels is on WVON. Good morning, Reverend Daniels.
Good morning, Duchess.
How are you today? Doing fantastic. Thanks for the phone call.
Glad to have called you, Duchess. It's always my honor.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm honored, too.
The story is a little bit confused because if she went on vacation and then came back and said she didn't want to have sex with him anymore and she was having sex with this woman or a relationship with this woman before they got married, I'm just a little confused.
Well, I would say she's confused, too. But here's the gist of it, Reverend Daniels. To me, it all boils down to people lying about what they really want.
Right, and I think that's the problem, because to me, it's no such animal as down low or same-sex marriage. These are people who are, in the case with these men, especially having unprotected sex, not only are they bisexual or homosexual, but they're also nasty. And so, to me, people who want to do this kind of stuff and don't protect themselves, they just filthy. Or either they have something that they're trying to give to someone else.
You know, Reverend Daniels,
these people need to be called what they are. They sissies, bulldaggers, lesbians, homosexuals, and I'm not even homophobic.
But here, Reverend Daniels, here's the thing. Why get caught up on the label? That's what most men and women are afraid of, because until recently, the young man that wrote the book On the Down Low did not ever want to be called gay. That was the worst thing you could have called him. A thief, a liar, a murderer, anything else but being called gay. So the label...
Gay used to mean gay. Remember Kookaburra, who sit on the old gum tree? Mary King of the Bush was he. Laugh, Kookaberry, gay your life must be. Gay has taken on a new terminology.
Yeah, but the activity remains the same. It's homosexual sex.
That's what it is.
So I think...
So these brothers ain't down low, Sister Duchess. They're just low down. And some of them just nasty.
Well, here's the thing, Reverend Daniels. When we flip the script and then just start talking about women, you know, Sheryl Swoopes...
yeah, I heard you say we're going to be looking at our wives a little bit different.
And their girlfriends. It's like, wait a minute now. Okay, we understand the down low thing, but you and your girlfriend, y'all go to the bathroom together. Y'all, I mean, what's going on here? It makes you question everything.
Sister Daniels says she's still on the up.
Thank you, Sister Daniels, for being strictly dickly. We appreciate that.